Good evening, everyone. Hello, my name is Ellen Lafferty, and I'm the co-president of the League of Women Voters of Livingston County. Welcome to our online candidate forum for the Michigan House 48th District Republican Candidate Forum in the August 6th primary election. The Jackson area, Livingston, and Washtenaw County chapters of the League of Women Voters are nonpartisan, nonprofit organizations that promote voter education and participation, and we host candidate forums to help voters make informed choices. Now, let's hear from the candidates.
Good evening. I'm Sue Smerrick, and I will moderate the forum this evening. It's my honor to introduce the candidates running in the Republican primary for Michigan House District 48. Don Bellinger and Mr. Brian Ignikowski was planning to be with us, but is not here this evening. The Democratic candidate for District 48 is running unopposed and will appear on the primary and general election ballot. Thank you for being part of the forum tonight. We are now ready for your opening statement, Ms. Bellinger.
Well, I'd like to thank the league here. Thank you very much. And I would please like to start with just a brief invocation if I could. I say, thank you, dear God, for the miracle of existence and of this day. May we be available to thy guiding hand, the guiding hand of divine providence, not only to this event that these ladies are hosting this evening, but to our daily lives. Thank you, and thank the League of Women Voters. Amen. The name is Don Bellinger. I grew up in Westland. I'm 59 years old. I attended Schoolcraft College where I met my husband. We'll be married 35 years this year. I have worked as an electronics technician and a guitar technician and also dabbled in music. Many know me as Lemon James for my efforts with music as a guitar player, singer, songwriter. I became politically active about 15 years ago when it was discovered that the IRS was targeting people based on political affiliations. I was honored to be elected out here in Washtenaw County to the position of township trustee. It was an honor to serve the wonderful people of Northfield Township. Currently, I'm a homemaker, and I work as an election inspector for Washtenaw County. And thanks again, ladies.
Thank you for your opening statement. Now to the questions. The first question, Michigan Lakes and Streams Association report that Michigan is the only state without a statewide sanitary code, meaning it is left to local governments to decide whether to regulate septic systems. What is the appropriate role of the state in the regulation of septic system?
That is a good question. I do not know to what degree the state should be regulating. Perhaps sanitary systems with regards to communities like cities, large water treatment facilities. I believe that there needs to absolutely be standards that need to be followed in that case. I do not know if they need to be involved in residential and local community business, as I am very much in favor of local businesses and local communities controlling their, what goes on in their townships and in their local government. I do not know, is there particular, I would actually be very open to learning more about this and to see if there really is some need for some form of oversight. I do not know if there does, if this is something that is required at this time. Like I say, I'm very much in favor of local control of utilities and obviously septic and so forth. Out here, we're on a well and septic, and we follow whatever codes need to be followed accordingly. So I would hope that there's just code enforcement that handles problems that there may occur. sorry, I don't have a better answer for that one. I would definitely, things that I'm not very brushed up on, I would do research.
Thank you. The next question. Michigan will receive about $1.6 billion in opioid settlement funds, half of which will go to local governments. Bridge Michigan reports that Michigan is among the worst states in requiring transparency and accountability of local spending of these settlement funds. What, if anything, should the legislature do to avoid misuse of these opioid settlement funds?
Government transparency is extremely important, and I would be absolutely in favor of improving government transparency, not only on the local level, but at the state level. We have some issues in the state level regarding evidently legislature and the basic government in Lansing is not transparent whatsoever. So any money that's given in such manner needs to be accounted for. This kind of dovetails into the whole thing with also the opioid problem. They say there's a connection with the marijuana as well. And I think that I think efforts should be also applied to educating our youth to avoid mind-altering substances in general. So if there's anything that can be done in that manner, I would be supportive.
Thank you. The next question, the state of Michigan's 2024 budget includes more than $1 billion in legislative grants, also known as earmarks. The Citizens Research Council of Michigan reports that about 65% of these earmarks were added at the 11th hour and weren't available for review until the final vote. What changes, if any, should the legislature make in earmark spending?
It would be nice if there's a way to prohibit such things. This 11th hour that you're mentioning, this kind of behavior, I feel is unacceptable. I think it's very deceptive to the people. I think it's irresponsible, quite frankly. And I am absolutely totally opposed to that. I want to see transparency. I don't want this little backroom, sneaky little deals and earmarks. I am not much of a fan of grants, and I can speak a little bit on that. Grant money, government grants I'm referring to. Private grants, I fully support privately funded grants. I think that is a blessing. But government grants, to me, I find them only to be a way to manipulate and control. They take our tax money, they take it to the Capitol. Every dollar that's handled costs money to handle money. So some money is lost in that, in the bureaucracy. And then this money is redoled out to various government bodies or entities of government if certain criteria are met. Typically, all this money, a lot of it is wasted. Everything costs a whole lot more. The money shouldn't be taken out of the community in the first place. Keep the money in the community where the dollars are more powerful and not wasted in the transition to and from Lansing and the added bureaucracies. Therefore, government grants, I am very much opposed to most all government grants. There may be certain exceptions, but most all of them I feel are just a way to expand government control, expand government power, and to lessen how much money is in our pockets and in our local governments.
Thank you. What, if any, action needs to be taken to increase access to mental health treatment and substance abuse in Michigan?
Yes. I think there needs to be, I know years ago, we're talking quite a few years ago, the facilities that help to I would say protect those with mental disabilities or challenges seem to have been for some reason shut down. And I think there's been a lot of problems in the state of Michigan since then. There does need to be facilities or treatment, something for people that just don't, that just really cannot fit in a civil society for various reasons. It just is just something that we need to take care of that. And these people need to be taken care of, they need to be given treatment, they need to be helped. And I think I think that's one of the few things that government should have some responsibility in.
Thank you. The next question. In 2023, the state of Michigan spent approximately $335 million to create jobs via paying subsidies to companies who hired eligible workers. Ridge, Michigan reports that 40% of the jobs created paid less than the state's minimum median annual base wage. Excuse me. What is your philosophy regarding the use of taxpayer funds to create jobs?
I do not think that's wise. I do not think it's wise to use taxpayer money to create jobs. To create jobs, we need an atmosphere that's inviting for businesses. This could include some degree of re-examining our regulations and licensing. See if we could reduce some burdens on businesses to welcome them into our state. If we lowered the income tax in Michigan, we could find more workers to come here to work, more people looking for jobs, more job seekers. I do not support paying businesses to, as you mentioned, hire people under the median or the minimum wage. I do not think this is wise to use taxpayer money in that manner.
Thank you. This next question will be our last question. The 2024 Kids Count data profile by the Annie E. Casey Foundation ranks Michigan 41st in childhood education. That is based on state-by-state comparisons of 3 to 4-year-olds not in school, reading and math proficiency, and high school graduation rates. What steps, if any, should the state be taking to address these concerns? And how should we pay for them?
There's this declining quality, I guess you could say declining quality of education in Michigan has been an issue for many years. I've talked to numerous candidates who are running for various school boards and even the state school board, and they have, as the information you just shared, offered me similar and mountains of additional information similar in that manner. I don't have a clear-cut answer on a solution, but there is a solution. We had an excellent education system before, and there's no reason we can't have that again. And I would be looking to make that happen, to pull the resources, pull the experts, get that information together and putting something together to bring families to Michigan, because Michigan will have one of the, if not the best in the United States, public education systems. There's no reason we can't do that, and we should do that. That will also help our small businesses and our job markets. So I don't have all the answers, but we do have, as legislators, there are resources and people and experts to pull from to put something together to help make things truly better. And that's what I would aim to do.
Thank you. It's now time for closing statements. May we hear your closing statement, Ms. Bellinger?
My closing statement, I did not draft one, so we will talk about, I guess, the name is Tawn Bellinger. I'm asking for your vote. I would be honored to represent the constituents in the 48th District, as Jackson and Livingston and Washtenaw County, as well as obviously the constituents in the state of Michigan. I endeavor to protect everybody's rights and their liberties. Election integrity is something I feel very strongly about. Our government was crafted by our founders so that we can direct it, we steer it. So election integrity is of utmost importance. A lot of the problems and concerns we do have in the state and in the country can be resolved by changing our representation. So the integrity of the elections are essential so that we can change our representation when we wish to. or keep the representation we want when we wish to. So that's going to be something I'm always going to be hitting on, is election integrity. I talked about education. I mean, there's countless things we could talk about. Protecting the rights of the unborn. I would love to find a way to protect the rights of the unborn, the innocent unborn, to the measures permitted within our Constitution. It appears as though by reading through our Constitution, it's potential we could help save some lives in the last trimester. Thank you very much. My name is Tawn Ballinger, and thank you, ladies. Thank you for your service to the community.
Thank you for participating in this valuable session. Ms. Lafferty will now provide our closing comment.
All right. The Jackson area, Livingston, and Washtenaw County chapters of the League of Women Voters thank the candidate tonight and the volunteers who participated in this forum. In addition, also, we want to thank the community members who submitted questions for our candidates. Please urge others to view our forums. Most importantly, please vote in the August 6th primary election, either by absentee ballot or in person. Thank you.